All righty, ladies and gents, I'm back at y'all with another pre-recorded joint. Your flirting reveals your sexual confidence. Most men miss this. Again, your flirting reveals your sexual confidence. Most men miss this. Now, real quick, join us at 11 o'clock Central Standard Time, noon Eastern for the Real Game No Theory podcast, right? Come through and fuck with us. Again, your flirting reveals your sexual confidence. Most men miss this. Let me also say this for my Patreon people and my channel membership people. Number one, the third installment of the 48 Laws of Power is coming this month, right? Also, I'm going to give you guys more of a comprehensive breakdown of this title. Your flirting reveals your sexual confidence. More of a comprehensive breakdown so we can get into some of the reasons more on a psychological level why a lot of you guys struggle with coming with flirtatious energy naturally. Again, why a lot of you guys struggle with being flirtatious naturally, right? Again, your flirting reveals your sexual confidence, right? So again, Patreon people, channel membership people, be on the lookout for that probably in the next couple of days, right? So let's get back to the joint though. Let me hit y'all with this real quick. Now, for those of you who've been rocking with me for a minute, y'all know that I frequently talked about sexual confidence, having sexual confidence. Let me just say this about sexual confidence. Sexual confidence is not only how confident you are in bed as far as your skills and what you can do to women in bed. It's not just about that. It's also about how comfortable you are expressing who you are when it comes to how you view sex, your sexuality. If you are a freaky guy with kinks and fetishists, right? You don't have any problem exploring that, but also expressing that to women that you just met. You don't have any problem. A lot of you guys, you're not comfortable with sex. If you're not comfortable with sex, you're not going to be able to flirt effectively. It ain't going to happen. The reason why a lot of you guys are struggling with flirting, and a lot of you don't even know what flirting is. You know, the mere fact that guys think complimenting women is flirting shows you how far away guys are from being sexually confident men, right? Because if you were actually a sexually confident man, you would know that complimenting a woman is not flirting, right? Again, flirting is the mirror of your sexual confidence. Okay, why is that? Right? Let's break this down a little bit. If you're sexually confident, your flirting feels relaxed, playful, grounded, and natural. I go back to the water bottle story. When I was playfully flirting, with the young lady at the basketball gym, and I jokingly told her, right, girl, I'll smack the fuck out you with this water bottle, right? She said, damn, my pussy just got wet. I wasn't trying to have sex with her at that moment. I wasn't trying to sexually entice her at that moment. No, because I'm such a sexually confident man, even when I'm not trying to fuck, women still get enticed to fuck. Why? If you're sexually confident, your flirting feels relaxed, playful, grounded, and natural. In that moment with the water bottle, I was playfully flirting. When a woman is attracted to you, her imagination will do the rest. And I said that before. Flirt with women, say what needs to be said in the moment, nothing more, and let a woman's imagination do the rest. Y'all see how that works? Your flirting reveals your sexual confidence. Most men miss this. Now, for you guys that lack confidence, right? I've been saying this for years. Most of men's insecurities, y'all listening right now, and just men worldwide, most of men's insecurities revolve around sex, directly or indirectly. Because this is true, this explains why there's a disconnect when it comes to flirting Why there's a disconnect as to why guys don't even know what flirting is, right? Many of you listening, right? And I've been saying this as well. A lot of guys think complimenting women is flirting. No, the fuck it ain't. No, it's not. The mere fact that guys have been believing that shows you how far guys are away from actually being sexually confident men who actually know how to flirt, right? Now, if you're sexually insecure, if you have any hangups about sex, about the size of your joint, whether or not you bust quick, whether or not women will find you attractive or not, if you have any hangups about sex at all, directly or indirectly, which includes if you're insecure about your body, you think you're too skinny, you think you weigh too much, maybe you're a little chunky, a little fluffy, whatever, right? If you're insecure about any of that, all of that is tied to sex, directly or indirectly. So if you're insecure about how you look, any of that, all of that is gonna impact your ability to naturally flirt with women because you're not comfortable with yourself. If you're not comfortable with yourself, how can you be comfortable expressing yourself sexually using flirting methods? You're not gonna be able to do it. It's gonna come off forced, right? It's gonna come off unnatural. It's gonna come off disingenuous even. Again, if you're sexually insecure, flirting often, becomes forced, hesitant, overly logical, or approval seeking. PUAs. PUA tactics and techniques are overly logical. I tell you guys all the time, stop trying to employ logic in matters of sexual attraction. There is no logic. There is nothing logical about sexual attraction or sexual desire. It's emotion based. Attraction is emotion based. So when you try to use logic to try and convince women to deal with you, the whole naturalness of sexual attraction and sexual desire is corrupted. It's not there. Y'all understand that, right? So again, your flirting reveals your sexual confidence. Most men miss this. So here's an example, right? Let's take a little bit of a deeper dive, if you will. If a lot of you guys, right, you want to engage in casual sex encounters, right? But for a lot of you guys, you have conflicting beliefs, your upbringing, your religion, your culture, whatever it is, right? So if you're a devout Christian, Muslim, whatever it is, and you came up where sex wasn't discussed or you were shamed if you had thoughts of sex outside of a loving relationship or marriage, all of those things have not only a subconscious but also a psychological impact on how you view yourself, how you view sex, how you view women, how you view women in sex, and how you view having sex with women in relation to you, right? So again, if there's any shame, any sexual repression, if any of that is there, okay, it's gonna impact you. Your flirting reveals your sexual confidence. So I often talk about your relationship with sex. What is your relationship with sex? Your flirting style exposes your relationship with sex. Again, I'll use myself as an example. So, again, guys, your flirting style exposes your relationship with sex. I'll use myself as an example. I don't have any emotional ties to sex at all. For me, sex is just a physical act that feels good. It's meant to be enjoyed. The true purpose of sex is to procreate. I don't look at sex any deeper than that. It's to procreate. That's it. Sex is very enjoyable, right? So because I don't have any hangups about sex, I don't have any emotional attachments to sex. I'm very free. A lot of you guys, you're not free. If you're engaging or indulging in casual sex encounters, but you have never seriously dated a woman that I had sex with quick, or a woman who let me hit it on the first night. If you have these type of hangups with sex, it's gonna impact you. The whorish bad girls with the virtuous good girls, nation of both, right? And when you understand that, you're going to be way more confident about how you move sexually because you understand the truth about how females get down. A lot of you guys, you haven't accepted the truth about how females get down when it comes to sex and how women really view sex. You haven't accepted this reality. And because you haven't accepted it, you cannot fully embrace who you are sexually. You cannot fully embrace how you actually view sex because you have hangups about sex. You have insecurities about sex. Your flirting reveals your sexual confidence. Most men miss this. Let me just say this real quick because guys get it twisted, right? Flirting isn't just about words. Listen to me. Flirting isn't just about words. This is where most of you guys struggle. It's about how safe you feel expressing attraction, intent, and desire. let me help y'all out. Again, flirting isn't just about words. This is why when guys ask for pickup lines and all that goofy shit, all right, we can give you some pickup lines with your insecure ass, but how safe, how comfortable do you feel expressing attraction, intent, and desire? Here's the thing. If you are not a dominant, assertive, transparent man that has no problem speaking his mind, how are you going to get pickup lines from a man who's confident when you're not? How are you going to use the words of a sexually confident man when you lack sexual confidence? You can't use that man's words. Why? Because the way he expresses attraction, intent, and desire is different from how you express it because he's confident and you're not. See, when you're passive, when you're indirect, and when you are indecisive with women, you're not comfortable expressing attraction, intent, and desire, which is why you struggle with flirting, which is why you can't completely relax where you can show women who you really are when it comes to your sexuality, right? So let me also say this. See, if a man struggles to flirt, many of you watching right now, it's rarely a technique problem. It's not a technique or a skill set problem. It's a self perception and sexual confidence problem. That's what that is. You're not confident in yourself sexually, right? Because here's the deal when we talk about desire, right? When I leave my house, when I leave the crib, anywhere I go where there is women, sex is imminent. Okay, listen to what I'm telling you. When I leave the crib and I go anywhere where women conjugate at or women may be at, when I run into women, sex is imminent. Okay, let me explain. It's kind of like if you have two guys who don't like each other and they happen to be in the same room and they don't like each other, violence is imminent in many of those situations, right? So when I say sex is imminent, right, whenever I encounter women, it's because I fully embraced myself as a sexually desirable man. See, a lot of y'all gonna hear that and it's not gonna make no sense to you, right? I fully embraced myself as a sexually desirable man because I know this for a fact. I know when I leave the crib and I run into women, I'm going to run into women that sexually desire me. That's a fact. Now, when I run into them, how many of them I run into? Well, that's to be determined. But I know for a fact that sex is imminent, right? So because I know that sex is imminent, I know it's a foregone conclusion that I'm going to run into women that sexually desire me. I move, I speak, and I conduct myself like a man who is sexually desired by women, which is why when I flirt with women, even when I'm not being sexual and I'm just being playful, it still evokes sexual desire from a woman. It still entices some women sexually. Your flirting reveals your sexual confidence. Most men miss this. I'm not going to be here long. In fact, I'm about to get up out of here. But in closing, I do want to tell y'all this. Flirting equals a reflection of your sexual confidence and your comfort with desire. Your comfort with desire. When I say your comfort with desire, how comfortable are you with being a sexually desirable man and women responding to you as such? But also, how comfortable are you with expressing your desire? See, if you're worried about offending a woman, angering a woman, if you're worried about looking thirsty or creepy or desperate, if you're worried about any of these things, that means you're not confident. Guys, let me tell y'all something. As God is my witness, whenever I interact or converse with women, specifically women I'm attracted to, not one time does it cross my mind that she's gonna tell me she's not interested. Not one time does it cross my mind that she's gonna tell me no. Not one time does it cross my mind that she's gonna have a problem with how sexual I'm being. I never think that way. Any conversation I have with a woman that I'm curious about or I have sexual interest in, I believe every single woman wants me until they don't. Listen to what I'm telling you. I believe every single woman that I converse with wants me until they don't. And all I say, oh, guess I was wrong on that one. And then I move on to the next female like it's not a problem. I don't let that shit fester on my mind. Why? Because I know that sex is imminent, right? If I'm in a place with 20 women, the first 5 ain't with it. Nigga, I got 15 to go. Sex is imminent. Your flirting reveals your sexual confidence. Most men miss this. Tune in, Real Game No Theory, 11 o'clock Central Standard, noon Eastern. Come fuck with us. Peace.